you to our live audience and to everybody who is watching this online on various platforms. Yeah, this is really cool to be able to do a live gig in a little bit of a different way, but it's a massive honour after the last few months of being pretty much inside for most of the time. That was a song called Facing West by the Staves, and it's not quite got the three-part harmonies of the Staves, but it was our little version of it. And we're going to sing some songs that I've written. Well, Ant's not going to sing, sadly, for everyone, but I'm going to sing and Ant's going to play along to some songs that I've written and some songs that other people have written as well, which hopefully will be a fun evening. Hope you really enjoy. And the next song we're going to play is one that I wrote during my time at university. I can now say that I've graduated. Graduated from a geography degree, and whilst not all of my songs are inspired by geography, I do like it quite a lot, and this one is. When I was in my first year, I was just really excited by all the different concepts that we were learning about. My mind was being stretched, and one of the things we learned about was called post-structuralism. And you can look it up because I don't properly understand it enough to give you a definition, but it asks loads of questions about what is true and what we can know is true, and what role we can actually play in making any change in the world as people. And so I wrote a song about it, as you do. It was originally called The Ballad of Post-Structuralism, but Ant
vetoed very quickly.
I feel like you came up with that name, actually. But before I expose any more secrets, let's play it. It's called Before the Words. Where does the land lie? Beyond the sea? Or in your mind's eye? What comes on the west wind? The salty spray? Or does the sea sing? What's the world apart from what you make it? Or is there truth before the words you say can shape it? And who decides what's right and wrong if all we are is chemicals and flesh and bone? Are you just a shadow, a breath of wind? Or does your heart cry? What lies on the inside, behind those eyes? What does your soul say? What's the world apart from what you make it? Or is there truth before the words you say can shape it? And who decides what's right and wrong if all we are is chemicals and flesh and bone? to decide what's right and wrong if all we are is chemicals and flesh and bone. Thank you so much. Now, we're gonna play another song that I've written. Or actually, I'm gonna play it in just a second. But before we do that, I just wanted to say thank you so much to everyone who is watching. And if you enjoy what you're listening to, there's literally zero pressure. But if you would like to, there is like a sort of online tip jar thing, which is basically like a PayPal.me account, and I believe the link is paypal.me/Susie Dobson Music, and we'll put a link to it. So if you would like to donate anything towards some starving artists, it would be fantastic, but there's literally no pressure, as I said before. And I'm going to play a song that I wrote last year in the autumn, which was a great time, but I had a week where I didn't really see that many people, a little bit like perhaps a lot of us have had over the last few months. And I'm a massive extrovert, as I'm sure lots of other people are, so I get my energy from being around people, and I love a group dynamic. And I just had a week where I was working quite hard on my degree, and didn't really see anyone, and then I needed people, and it came to the weekend, and I reached out to loads of friends, and through no fault of their own, they were busy, and I was feeling a little bit lonely, but also realising that we have to be vulnerable with our friends, and we have to really open up to them if we want closeness of relationship, and I think I find that quite difficult. This is a bit of vulnerability for you right now. So I wrote this song thinking like, what if I could make myself sort of bare myself to other people, not everyone, because I think that's a bit, sometimes that's a bit much, isn't it, but make myself open, make myself like a home for other people, so that they can come in and share what they're feeling, what they're going through as well. So I wrote this song. Do you know me? Have I shown you inside? I think that I'm lonely. Am I wasting my time? Just crying for intimacy, carving out me from stone. Come breathe your life from these bones. You can call me anytime. I'd like to hear you speaking. Tell me how you're feeling right now. I'll tell you how I'm feeling right now. Oh, let's get raw. Let's get real with it all. Come say the words that are stuck behind closed doors. Make myself a home. You could come stay here. You could come stay here and find your rest in me. If I can make myself a home, you could come stay here. You could come stay here and find your rest in me. could come stay here. You could come stay here and find your rest in me. Oh, if I could make myself a home, you could come stay here. You could come stay here and find your rest in me. Do you know me? Have I shown you inside? I think that I'm lonely. Am I wasting my time? Just crying for intimacy, carving out me from stone. Come breathe your life on these bones. Thank you. Now, a bit of a change of tone and change of instruments as well. We're going to play a song for you next, which is a traditional Irish folk song called The Maid of Culmore, and it's one that we've been playing for a while. It is on my EP, which is really exciting. Although it's not new news because it was recorded in 2017, but you can still get it. And Ant is modelling it very, very nicely for us. If a bit eclectically, a bit sporadically, but it's okay. You can see it. You can get your hands on it if you want to. On Bandcamp, we'll put a link to that as well. And sometimes during lockdown, Bandcamp have been waiving their fees for anything they sell, which means the musicians get all of the money. And they might be doing that. So best to buy it on a Friday. Maybe this is a Friday. We don't know when it's going out. But
first Friday of every month.
First Friday of every month. But without further ado, we're going to play it. This is a mountain dulcimer, in case anyone is interested.
Which belongs to me.
In every sense, apart from technically, it belongs to me. Because it lives in our house, but...
And has done for about 2.5 years.
Yeah. Let's just say I didn't pay any money for it. To be fair, nor did you. It was a present, wasn't it? A lovely lady over there paid for it, so... With the mystery of that hanging over us, let's play it. Cover note. Leaving sweet, lovely Derry for fair London town, there is no finer harbour all around can be found, where the children each evening go down to the shore, and the sweet bells are ringing for the Maid of Culmore. Well, the first time I saw her, she passed me by, and the next time I saw her, she bid me goodbye. And the last time I saw her, it grieved my heart so, for she sailed down Lochfoyle and away from Culmore. If I had the power, the storms for to rise, I would make the wind blow out, I'd darken the skies, I would make the wind blow high and the salt cease to roar, till the day that my darling sailed away from Culmore. subject of traditional folk songs. And I hear you're in another band.
I am. How on earth would you know that? I'm in a band with Susie's mum, amongst others. We're called Road Not Taken, and we play mostly sort of contemporary takes on traditional music. So if you're interested, I'm not going to hijack Susie's gig, but if you are interested in finding out a little bit more about that, go to roadnottaken.co.uk, or we're on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. Probably some other things that I don't ever update, but that's about it. Thank you.
No worries. And we're gonna play a song next, which is by U2, and it's about the transportation of prisoners from the UK to Australia, and in particular, it's a story of one person who is taken to Van Diemen's Land, which is the name of the song, and I guess the story that follows him having to leave his partner or wife, who knows. And yeah, it's quite a sad story. I didn't realise that over the period of like 1800 to 1850-ish, about 40% of Britain's prisoners who were transported went to Tasmania, which was then called Van Diemen's Land, which is quite a lot. And this is the song. Hold me now, oh hold me now, until this hour has come around, and I am gone with the rising tide, for to face Van Diemen's Land. It's a bitter pill that I swallow here, to be rent from one so dear. We fought for justice and not for gain, but the magistrate sent me away. Now kings will rule and the poor will toil and tear their hands as they tear the soil. But today will come in this dawning age, when an honest man sees an honest wage. Hold me now, oh hold me now, until this hour has come around, and I am gone with the rising tide, for to face Van Diemen's Land. Thank you. And from U2 in the 1980s, we're going to slide back to the year when someone in this garden was born. And I won't tell you who it is, but the year is 1969. And you know who you are?
It's not me.
It's not Ant, it's not Ant. And this is a song by David Bowie called Space Oddity. And just before I play it, I remembered that I was going to keep reminding people, if you would like to donate something towards this evening, it's free, don't worry, but there is a little PayPal link, paypal.me/Susie Dobson Music, if you would like to contribute anything to the gig. And with that, let's sing about space. Ground control to Major Tom. Ground control to Major Tom. Take your protein pills and put your helmet on. Ground control to Major Tom. Commencing countdown, engines on. Check ignition and may God's love be with you. This is ground control to Major Tom. You've really made the grade, and the papers want to know whose shirt you wear. And it's time to leave the capsule if you dare. This is Major Tom to ground control. I'm stepping through the door, and I'm floating in the most peculiar way. And the stars look very different today. For here am I, sitting in my tin can, far above the world. Planet Earth is blue, and there's nothing I can do. And though we've passed 100,000 miles, I'm feeling very still. And I think my spaceship knows which way to go. Tell my wife I love her very much, she knows. And ground control to Major Tom, your circuit's dead, there's something wrong. Can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you hear? Am I sitting in my tin can, far above the moon? Planet Earth is blue, there's nothing I can do. Thank you. Now we're gonna play another song in just a second that I wrote, moving away from the past to the very recent past, which is a couple of years ago when I was on a dog walk and I met a woman who just seemed to tell me her life story with very, very little encouragement. And I wasn't opposed to it, but I didn't expect it. I think I just smiled and that was all the invitation she needed. And she just started to tell me about her life and about her husband, who couldn't really look after himself anymore, and the way that she was looking after him. And it was kind of sad. I think it was twinged with sadness, but also definitely she was hopeful, and she just seemed to be glad to have a conversation, to be honest. And I came home and was really thoughtful about it, and I decided to write a song. So I've embellished a few details, and the result is this song. I met a woman once, her only company was the man she loved, and stories of how they used to be. Fond memories and frustrations spilled out into conversation with a stranger who smiled on the street. In 5 minutes she had told me more than she knew, that what she needed was to be heard and to be understood. She's tired of the silence in their cozy asylum. She'll put the fire on and the kettle and get out her old vinyl collection and stare up with a sigh. We used to dance to this song when the summer light was long. We used to listen by the window when the winter light was low. She turned to leave about a dozen times, but was drawn in by the feeling of knowing someone was listening. She said, my husband and I, we did everything. Now I do everything for him. But this life we lead, it's ours, and I'd not change it for the world. In 5 minutes she'd given me a snapshot of her life, and in this brief interaction she'd done nothing but smile. But she spoke, and I recognized the longing in those eyes for the blue skies and the grass that's always greener on the other side. And alone she'll whistle that old tune. We used to dance to this song when the summer light was long. We used to listen by the window when the winter light was low. It's like she's talking over herself. All these words she leaves at the door. In the past they were whispered in the hallway, but he doesn't know their meaning anymore. We used to dance to this song when the summer light was long, and we would listen by the window when the winter light was low. Thank you guys. We're gonna tune, and the next song we're gonna sing is one that, again, Ant and I have played it for a good while. This is another one that is on the EP called Scrapbook. I forgot to say it was called that. And it's a song that has been around for quite a long time, but when I started playing it, it was when Donald Trump was not even a candidate for the Republicans. I think he was just in the running for their leadership. And I remember it being sort of like he was the joke candidate in a lot of people's minds, I think. Obviously, we know differently now. And he was in full swing about his wall that I think he still wants to build it. And I remember playing this song. It's called Why We Build the Wall. It felt very appropriate then, and I think it still feels really appropriate now as well. And it was written actually by Anais Mitchell, one of my absolute favourite folk musicians. She's American, and she wrote this for a folk opera called Hadestown, which has now been made into a musical, and I've seen it in London, and honestly, if you get a chance, it was really, really good, so go and see it. But it also is super, super relevant to, I think, politics right now, not just Donald Trump's wall rhetoric, but also just feels like everything's really divided at the moment in our country and across the world, and social media doesn't help, because if everyone unfriends the people who say things that are different to what they think, we sort of get people bouncing around with their own opinions and not really ever bridging their differences. And I think, actually, randomly, I was saying this the other day to someone, like, one of the things I would change about the world, if I could change one thing, it would be that people could disagree well, because I feel like we can't do that very well. And so, as you listen to the song about building a wall, let it challenge you, because it challenges me. This is Why We Build the Wall. Why do we build the wall? My children, why do we build the wall? Why do we build the wall? We build the wall to keep us free. That's why we build the wall. We build the wall to keep us free. How does the wall keep us free? My children, how does the wall keep us free? How does the wall keep us free? The wall keeps out the enemy, and we build the wall to keep us free. That's why we build the wall. We build the wall to keep us free. Who do we call the enemy? My children, who do we call the enemy? Who do we call the enemy? The enemy is poverty, and the wall keeps out the enemy, and we build the wall to keep us free. That's why we build the wall to keep us free. Because we have and they have not. My children, because they want what we have lost. Because we have and they have not, because they want what we've got. The enemy is poverty, and the wall keeps out the enemy, and we build the wall to keep us free. That's why we build the wall. We build the wall to keep us free. What do we have that they should want? My children, what do we have that they should want? What do we have that they should want? We have the wall to work upon. We have work and they have none, and the work is never done. My children, and the war is never won. The enemy is poverty, and the wall keeps out the enemy, and we build the wall to keep us free. That's why we build the wall. We build the wall to keep us free. Thank you. Awesome. So the next few songs are the next one song is going to feature a very exciting instrument that Ant's going to play. Ant, what is it?
It's from the kalimba family. So most kalimbas you'll have seen are sort of a hollow wooden block with a little hole in them, and then lots of these, they're called tines, that come down. This one is mounted on a drum head, which also like on a skin basically, so it gives it a really resonant sort of dreamy sound, but I shan't spoil it by playing it before the song starts.
Yeah, good idea. And just as I tune up again, I haven't said so far, but I am on social media, and so if anybody wants to follow what I'm doing, there hopefully will be some exciting news coming up about potentially a more contemporary CD than 2017. But I was going to say you didn't hear it here, but you did hear it here because there's nowhere else to hear it from. So yeah, follow me on Facebook, it's Susie Dobson, and Twitter, Susie Dobson Music, at Susie_Dobson actually I think it is. And you can request me on Instagram, but it's currently a private account, so we might have to sort that out.
And there's a website as well.
And there's a website, susiedobsonmusic.com. Check it out. But yeah, we're going to play another song, and this has become accidentally the political section of the gig because this is a song that I wrote this last year about racial profiling. As I said before, not all my songs are inspired by my geography degree, but some of them are. And I remember learning last year in a paper that I did on citizenship about the ways that we draw boundaries in our lives and in our countries between who is inside and who is outside, who belongs and who doesn't. And that's not just at the outside, increasingly, it's argued, not just at the outside of the country that border is drawn, but actually that in our day-to-day lives what we do can draw that border, the way we act towards someone in the street, who we smile at and who we look at suspiciously, who we see as belonging and not belonging. And so we sort of can act as a bit of a border. And it's also really systematic as well. And I remember learning about the systematic racism of the British transport system. Apologies if you work for them. But yeah, it's just really, really interesting, but also really saddening to learn. And so as much as this is not an adequate response to that, this is a song that I wrote about trying to just understand that idea a little bit more. And it is called Borderlands. Everywhere, yeah, the border is everywhere. I move like the wind, and the trains aren't safe. Crossing borders, opening magazines. Will the guard at the gate open his magazine too? Commuters, collateral, might as well be the desert sand. 'Cause the border is everywhere. Yeah, the border is everywhere. Thank you guys, and thank you for everyone who is still watching at home. We're gonna play 2 more songs for you after a bit of a sad one there. Gonna raise the mood a little bit and play a song that I wrote in my first year at university. Gosh, they're all recent, aren't they, this one? And it's inspired by those little things you see in the Metro, if anyone reads the Metro, called the Rush Hour Crush. Basically how it works is there's a little segment in the newspaper. You can send in your anonymous love notes via text to the Rush Hour Crush, to the Metro, and they'll publish them. And if you want to respond to them, perhaps someone's written about you, maybe you were wearing a blue coat and you were on the 10:15 bus from Downend, I don't know, and that description fits you, maybe you could get in touch, and who knows, love might blossom. And I thought it was really fun, and sometimes you see little replies from people like, to the person who wrote this one, like, is that me? Like, was I wearing this thing? Was I wearing white trainers? I don't know. And you see little conversations, and I wondered if anyone ever actually ended up, having a happily ever after as a result of one of these rush hour crushes. This song is me imagining that sort of happening. To the boy in the Waterstones cafe today, you were sat with your laptop till 3, and the light in your eyes turned my heart the wrong way, from the girl in the red dungarees. Oh, red dungaree girl, please give me a clue. I'm not sure, but it might have been me. I was wearing a scarf that was yellow and blue, drinking a peppermint tea. Oh, 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 in your eyes, sipping your peppermint tea. Do you think that perhaps you might just find the time to go for a coffee with me? Oh, red dungaree girl, please tell me your name, though I'm afraid I don't really drink coffee. Since I suspect that we might feel the same, would you settle for biscuits and tea? And the obsession with tea. My first name starts with an A. Tomorrow, same place, same time, if you're free, I'll be wishing the morning away. I've got violin practice most of the day, but I'll be there at 3:45. Still doesn't like coffee, I'm sorry I made you try mine. Just wanted to say that you've made this the best day I've had in a while. Oh, red dungaree girl, now what can I say, except that I did tell you so. Your company made it a very fine day. I was sorry when I had to go. Thank you guys so much. And we've just got one more song, but I just want to say a huge, huge thank you to a couple of people. One is Susie Dobson, who has been filming all of this and has given up loads of time. Thank you so much. Thank you to everyone who's come, and let's do that. It's the first time Ant's clapped since the clap for the NHS, so he just wants all the clapping. Thank you to you. Thank you to everyone who's come here to watch in our garden. Thank you so much. It's honestly amazing to play with a live audience. Clap yourselves. Do it. Thank you also to Ant for making this happen, for all your support. You're a legend. Thank you so much. And for playing as well. We got that bit. Amazing. We're going to sing one more song, which is on the EP. Also, one more thank you to everyone watching at home, and massive thank you to everyone who has put a little something in the tip jar. You are all also legends. Thank you very much. Find us on social media, stay in touch, and we're going to sing you one more song, which is the penultimate track on the EP. And Passenger wrote it, not me. It's called Travelling Alone. Australian man, Scandinavian tan, kicking stones around the square. He sat for a while and carved out a smile, as if someone would care. He said, I'm a long way from the Gold Coast, furthest I've ever known. This just ain't my home. It was my wife's idea, but she's no longer here. She left me travelling alone. But I've never heard silence ring out like a bell. No, man and a lifetime of plans. Oh, and I loved him to his bones, but now I've lines on my skin. He's traded me in and left me travelling alone. But I've never felt silence hit me like a train. No, I've never felt silence like blood coursed through my veins. See, I'm loving a shadow, and I'm trying to catch the rain. But I've never felt silence like I felt it today. No, I'd never heard silence till I heard it today.
Yeah.